Hello, I'm Jason. I work with estate properties and I wanted to give you a real estate market update for Palos Verdes. This is going to be for the week from August 14th to today, August 21st. And well, we have about 62 listings on in the last week, of which 34 are new active homes. Of those, 16 are price reductions. Of those new houses, I have a new listing in this area. I'm in the Point Vicente neighborhood, and the lighthouse is behind my shoulder over here, but you can't see it. In any case, it's at 30440 Via Victoria, a 4-bedroom, 2,800 square feet, priced just under $2 million, which is pretty attractive, and the response has been pretty darn good for that one. It'll be open both days this weekend. Let's see here. Another one that was really, really nice, 2229 Thorley Road, which is in Lower Lanada Bay. That's priced at 4.125. It's a big lot, flat, grass, and a brand new listing with high vaulted ceilings. That's one I would really take a look at, and we'll see how it does with its price. And 2100 Chelsea's a pretty good buy. They reduced that one. And 2805 Cali Aventura, that's over by what was Marymount, now the new UCLA campus. That's not bad. They've reduced that price down to like 1.6, I think, and very, very motivated, and that's like 2,400 feet. So that's an interesting one over there. That'll probably sell here this week as they reduce the price to just get all that activity. And that's kind of what's happening. If I were to summarize in the middle of this whole thing, it's that interest rates ticked back up just a little bit from the last 2 weeks, and that's slowed things back down. Or maybe it's because school started. School started this week. That's been a big part of everybody's life, as now traffic we're getting used to, kids are back in the area, all that kind of stuff. I expect maybe a week to try and get through that, and then the market to really start to take off again, which is somewhat historical. It happens every year like that. It's just that being that it was more of a late year this year, being that our spring got mixed up with the tariffs and the high interest rates, it seemed like right now we are starting to get really going, and then all of a sudden the brakes are on again. So it'll be interesting when September rolls along if they do reduce rates, which is expected, and expect the market to really be powerful, because it felt really strong last week, and now this week we're just like not as motivated or as busy. So that's the midweek summary there. Let's talk back into what's happening with these listings. 14 went into escrow. Almost all of those were either 8 days or more on the market. One of the homes that finally went into escrow is Berry Hill, right over here, the next street over. Big ocean view, very nice home. Surprised it took that long, but that's kind of a statement of where we are, where you have a really nice home that would be like super attractive in most cases because of the finishes and the view, and it's just taking a while. There's another one in the same neighborhood, also a very big view. House could use a little work. 30605 Rue de la Pierre. It now has some offers on it. I expect it to actually get into escrow here soon, but that's one priced at 2.1. I was really surprised that it didn't move faster. Kind of a statement of the times. I also have a very, very nice listing on Via Cornell. That's in the Upper Lanada Bay area, 1232, and it's a 3,300 square foot property. Super duper clean, gorgeous kitchen, really nice cabinetry, built to last. They didn't expect to move, so they put really nice stuff in it, and then they found a house that they couldn't resist and bought. So they're moving, and that house, we had a lot of great activity right from the start. Right now it's kind of pulling back, but I feel once again it's probably school that's holding it up. And we'll get a deal soon, but that's a nice one if you're looking for 3,400 feet, 4 bedrooms in Lanada Bay. All right, so what has sold in the last week? Well, there's one that was just a slamming deal, and I'm surprised that it took a little while. 32322 Conqueror. Now, this property was listed at 1.4. It's just sold this week for 1.225. It was 125 days on the market. Why? Well, it's located by the slide. Now, that part of the area, it's in the Seaview neighborhood, but anything to the right of Conqueror, oh shoot, what's the street? Not Conqueror. Oh man, I'm blanking all of a sudden. The street straight up from Portuguese Bend Beach Road. Anyways, that's the split, and it splits that whole neighborhood in half. And to the left or to the north or west, however you want to put it, as the map speaks, that's the corner, the northeast corner of that neighborhood in Seaview had a lot of problems. At least 14 homes in there had big issues with respect to the landslide. And they've put a moratorium on a lot of homes in that area. So there's one deal back there on Dauntless that's interesting, also Admirable, both of those under 1.3. And so this Conqueror was on the other side of that neighborhood, and I'm just really surprised that it took a while to go. And at 1.2, that's kind of a no-brainer. That's a good deal. What else? 30414 Ganado, that's in the Merrill Est. It had a big view. It was updated. It took a little while at 88 days, and it sold for 2.5, which is a pretty big number for that side. That's over 1,300 a foot for the Merrill Est area, which is kind of setting a new mark there. And we'll see if other homes can get that kind of amount. So look, I've also tried to summarize all these listings that I'm talking about, and I put them in a PDF down here in the description. Also, a lot of these I have video of, so that if you really are interested, you could go back and search the address in YouTube and see a walkthrough video of the home, and really start to understand the market. Or call me. I mean, I know these homes. I'm passionate about real estate in Palos Verdes and sharing it with you so that you have a good idea of what prices are and what's moving and what's happening, so that you can make a better decision when you finally decide, like, hey, I want to go live here, or, you know, Jason, show me where my dream home is, and we'll figure it out. So thanks a lot for watching. Feel free to reach out anytime, and make it a great day.